So I get questions all the time from people that I grew up with, went to high school with, and they see my life now and they're like, dude, I don't get it. You barely finished high school. You have no college education. You have no formal training in any trade. And yet here we are, you're living a life that most of us just can't comprehend or can't understand. How in the world did you do it? Like, how did you generate $1 million a year income? How did you get debt free before 40? I see you doing all these things. And so I want to talk to you guys about something I call Automobile University. It's a massive, massive reason why I believe I've been able to really create this new version of myself through really books, through audiobooks. And the thing is this, I've had a lot of mentors talk to me about, like, it's very difficult to compete with somebody who is obsessed with their craft. And it wasn't something that I did consciously. It was something that I did because I'm obsessed. And when you have a passion and you're obsessed with something, it isn't something you have to try to do. And what I mean by that is just getting great at business, leadership, and sales. And so for most people, when they look at education or traditional education, it's really coming from a place of doing what they think they have to do until they don't anymore to get what they think they want. So in other words, a good job could be an example. My arm is falling asleep, so I got to get a little selfie stick for these rants for sure. And so the way I look at this is much differently. So every waking hour, and my family, it drives them nuts, there is an audiobook going, filling my mind with the tactics, the strategies, the mindset of people who have walked before me that I can learn from. Every waking hour, like every second of every day that I have free, whether I'm driving, walking, and not making one of these rants for you guys, is me smashing an audiobook. Now, I've been doing this for probably close to 20 years. So every time you get in my car, you can look at the audiobook file on Apple CarPlay, and there's just tons of books. And every time I get in other people's cars, I don't ever see that. I see, the music on or the radio on or nothing, quite frankly. And when we talk about not having enough time to do X, Y, and Z, I look at over the last 20 years, and I'd have to do the math on that one day, but I'd have to really look at how many hours of non-traditional education that I have through either books or personal coaching that I've invested in with different mentors. And it's just light years ahead of what anybody has done in a traditional education perspective. And so that's the answer. So for me, the answer is like, okay, well, that's why. Like, how much time do you spend either investing in yourself or pouring into getting better without being told, right? Without having to go to college or go to this thing. It's because you're obsessed with getting better. And so that's how I believe I win, and how it's super difficult to compete with somebody that has this type of mentality. Because while you're doing things you find enjoyable, like going out, drinking alcohol, partying, whatever you do, Like, straight up, the truth, I find enjoyment in walking, like I'm walking right now, smashing an audiobook. That's what I look forward to. Like, you look forward to going on vacation to Italy. I look forward to smashing a new audiobook. So it's very difficult to compete with somebody that has that type of mindset. And I'm not doing it because I'm trying to prove something. I'm doing it because it's what makes me happy. And it's what I absolutely love to do. And so the message for today is to consider all the free time you have and the opportunity that books give us to grow and become better. Because here's the thing, for $10, $20 book, you could get the greatest thought leaders' minds in the world for $20. You don't have to go out there and spend thousands and thousands of dollars on, a mentor or a coach. You can get their best work, their best ideas in their books for $20. As many as you want. So it's changed. Yeah, it's easy for me to say changed my life, but it didn't change my life. It created the life in which has manifested into the person you guys see today. So I wanted to pass that along because of what it's done for me. I'll make another video if you guys want on like my favorite books, so you guys can see like what I put inside my mind. But I think about this, especially with like my business partners, and they're like, dude, I just don't, like, how do you know all this stuff? Like, well, dude, I just told you guys. I just ranted on it for the last 10 minutes. I get excited for audiobooks where most people get excited for the barbecue. Most of the people get excited for the boat ride, the vacation, the this, that, the other thing. I am not bullshitting you. I get excited to dive in to a new audiobook, detail the entire thing with absolute amazing key takeaways. Hopefully that helps. See you guys tomorrow.